Yes. What's going on, good people? This is MC Till. That's my name. Who else is in
Yeah,
the room?
yo. What's up? I'm profound.
Yo, peace, shots. I am Masperad up in here, man.
And
Peace,
together we
everybody.
bring. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Marco.
Yeah. Victor Demo here from TO, Toronto, Canada.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And together tonight we're bringing you the Boom Bap Chat number 94. We're gonna start off on a solemn note. We want to send a lot of love, a lot of prayers, a lot of peace to our friends and family over at Everybody's Records. The founder of that store, Miss Marilyn Kirby, super dope woman. One of a pioneer in Cincinnati. She opened a store because she loved music, and she passed away earlier this week. So just want to send a lot of love and light to everyone that knew her, and everyone has been blessed by her and her legacy, through the store. So shout out to them over at Everybody's Records. Obviously, support them if you can. If you can't get here, you can always check them out online at everybody'srecords.com.
Man, and if you don't have a copy of our annual Boom Bap Review books, you can get all three copies for $30 at boombapreview.com.
And also, please be on the lookout for our new book, The Native Tongue Review, which is coming out May 27th, along with my brother Profound CD.
Yes.
Pre-order both of them and save money at boombapreview.com. All right, brothers, let's start the show.
Let's start this show number
Get it
94.
cracking.
And as you saw just a moment ago, we have another face here. We have our brother Marco, who
Marco.
kind of does everything: educator,
Steven Adams.
artist, producer. What'd you say, Profound?
Steven
Steven
Adams,
Adams.
man.
Not as cool as Steve Adams, man.
A baller on the court, I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good to have you on
Yeah.
the show tonight to chop it up with us.
Yeah. Good to be here. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Now we were originally going to have Pookie G on the show tonight. We have a last minute scheduling conflict come up, so we're going to reschedule her. So sorry about that, but life happens sometimes. So we'll get her on. We'll reschedule, and it'll be great because I'm excited to talk to her and about all the great work that she's doing.
For
Because she
sure.
does it all too. I was reading her bio. She
Mm.
there's not really anything she doesn't do. So
Right. right.
so stay tuned on how when we're gonna get her rescheduled. All right, so tonight's kind of like the barbershop episode. We're just gonna be talking it up, just chatting. So let's just throw it out there. What's the first topic that we're gonna jump into? And if you're listening online on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook, and you have something you want us to talk about, just comment. We'll see it and we'll talk about it. All right, what's first, fellas? Who wants to throw out the topic first?
Come on, let's do it, Fife, man. Everybody
Fife
talk
I
about
was
it.
Dog,
just about to
yes.
say that.
Yes. Five Dogs new out. I was waiting midnight Tuesday forever. All right, Profound. Yeah, I think you and I we're the ones that have heard it in the room. So Five Dog album. What are your thoughts, Profound?
Oh man. I have mixed thoughts
Yeah.
because overall for an album, I did like it. I thought it was dope. I just was expecting it to be more than what I heard.
Mm,
But then too, also, it's like, well, that's kind of hard being that he wasn't here to really complete it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I'm kind of torn. Like I like it, but then I ask myself after I listen to it, like, how many more times am I gonna go back and listen to this?
Mm,
mhm,
And it's like I might just out of nostalgia, you know what I mean? Just
yeah.
out of love for Fife, just listen to it. But
yeah.
I was just like, okay, you know, but I'm kind of I'm just in the middle with it. Like I thought
Yeah.
it was dope, but I was just like, ah man, I wanted to I wanted to be more excited.
Yeah.
Mm,
What
yeah.
were there songs on the album that did excite you like that? Like, oh wow, this is super dope.
Let me go back. Look, I'm looking at the track listing now
Cause,
because I
cause for
was
me,
listening
like
to it earlier.
I kind of have as you're looking, Profound, I kind of have a somewhat similar feel. I like the album overall, and I think I really like Fife and his performance lyrically on the album. Uh I thought he was really good in that song Sorry, where he's just like
Mhm.
owning up to a bunch of stuff that he did to his lady
Mm,
and saying he's sorry.
okay.
Like I thought that was a super dope joint. The production on it, like I think pretty much all the beats I think are cool. Like I don't think there's really any beats on there I'm like, oh, that's whack. But when I listen to any one of those beats and size it up against what's the joint that Dilla did on there? Nutshell.
Yeah.
It's just different. When you hear Nutshell come on, it's just like those drums are so loud, but also kind of hit soft at the same time. And it's just so full. And there's a few Knots beats that kind of live up to that, but the rest of the beats don't really rise to that occasion, and I mean, it is Dilla and he is miles beyond everyone else, but yeah. Anyway, Profound, what songs stick out to you?
The fallback song with Rhapsody and the Forever song. I really
Yeah.
like the hook of Forever.
Yeah.
Nutshell, yeah, because we had heard it. That was definitely dope. Man, it's like I agree with you on Fife's, like, I hate to use the word maturity.
Yeah.
Let me
No.
say adult contemporary hip hop
Yeah.
lyrics.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it sounded way better than any of the other albums where the MC had passed away before the album was completed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it sounded like he was, like he was there putting it together.
Yeah. And aside from the Dilla joint, with Redman and Busta, I just think that one just stands out. I do feel like there's a consistency and a cohesion to the album. It does have a similar feel. It's not like they just had to come do a bunch of remixes and throw things together. It feels right to me, which is kind of dope.
Or are we? Well, I said we, but am I one of the spoiled fans who was just used to hearing the Tribe Called Quest too?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what
And
I mean?
The other thing is, I mean, he only has 2 solo albums. This one and Ventilation.
I felt like that on the first one. I thought it was more exciting though. His first solo joint.
Well, here's the
Flawless.
question. Yeah, Flawless. Yes.
Yeah, Flawless. Yeah.
Ventilation, I would say he's a little bit more just kind of letting loose, lyrically. But I think the beats were tighter.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, and the new one, he's a little bit, like you said, more mature. I think more reflective. But I don't think the beats are as dope. So it's like, what do you want? Do you want the maturity in the lyrics, or do you want the better production? So,
I just want to try Called Quest.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's odd to me the fact that he had a really good relationship with Dilla that Dilla wouldn't have done the whole album.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like, because I know he probably has a relationship with Dilla's mom. You know what I mean, so. I think that would have been a good look, just to have the whole album be a Dilla production. And that's just because I'm biased of Dilla anyway.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, Dilla's production, the drums, they just hit harder. They just hit different. It's just another level of production. You know what I'm saying? For MCs to go there if they want to, So, yeah, I don't know.
And I wonder if he was recording a lot more because, sometimes artists will record a lot of songs and then they'll scale it down and just put out the ones they feel are the best, right? And maybe he didn't get to that point.
Okay.
Maybe these are the only, like he was in the process, but these are the only ones. So maybe if he had more time, he would have recorded more over Dilla. Who knows? I don't know. But,
so what you think? So Till, you listen to it? You gonna listen to it again?
Yeah. I will, and if they, me, if they release it on CD, I'll get the CD and experience it that way too. I like that. I like the artwork and all that. It has a different level of experience. So yeah, I think I'll go back to it again and again. I think it's an album that'll probably grow on me. There's some albums that I'm like, oh, this is whack, and I know I'll never like it. And then there's some that like. Immediately I know like this is a banger right here, and then there's some albums like this where I'm like, yeah, there's moments in here I need to go back to and sit with it a little bit longer. So we'll see. But I liked it. I'm glad they put it out. I'm not one that says, oh, they shouldn't mess with this legacy. Nah, if he recorded music and the family's cool with it, put it out. Let people decide if they like it or not. That's that's art.
Right. So, I agree.
Yeah. All right. What's next on the agenda? Marco, you want to throw something out for us to discuss?
I mean, we could talk about Kyrie.
Kyrie.
Young Kyrie.
Yeah, he back in the game now.
Let's talk about it. For those that don't know, like me, what was the big fuss with Kyrie? He made a stand of some sort, right?
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I don't even know if you want to really call it a stand. He just chose not to get vaccinated. You know what I
So
mean?
then
It
the
wasn't
league told
really
him
a
he couldn't
That's a
play.
fair point. That's a fair point. Yeah, like
And
it's like
in New York, you know, the league said that you had to follow the regulations of your city.
Yeah.
And New
Mm.
York City had the regulation where if you were unvaccinated, private, you know, businesses, you had to be vaccinated. So he could play outside of New York City, but
He
he
just
couldn't
couldn't play in New
play
York.
at
Right.
home. And the issue was if you were, you know, your Cleveland Cavaliers, if you were unvaccinated and you had a game in New York, you were still able to play,
Right.
but
even if you
Exactly.
were unvaccinated,
Right.
because you don't live in New York, and your
New York
team
Oh,
City.
isn't in
Yeah,
New
yeah,
York,
yeah,
huh.
yeah.
but you're still unvaccinated.
Yeah, that's
And
interesting.
so that's what the buzz and the issue. That's what the issue was. And then
Yeah,
and everybody, of course, just you know, hey man, yeah, I can never tell anybody what to put in their body, bro. Like I
right.
can't. I just don't feel like it's my place, and
Yeah.
it's not my place to even ask you about your immunization record. Hey, Ayo,
That-
you had polio
yeah.
shot before? Come on, man.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I can't. Yeah, yeah. I agree
And
one
I
hundred.
don't have an issue with anyone that decided to or did not. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it wasn't.
Exactly.
That's your choice, and you weren't obligated to tell me about what your choice was.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So he's back now.
Yeah, he back.
He's
After
back.
today, yeah, because New
and
York City rolled it back.
Brooklyn's back too, right?
Yep.
Because there was limited amount of games that he could play based on that policy and that
Now,
legislation.
was he
Hmm.
playing when they went out of town?
Yeah.
Minus Toronto, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah. He was
dropping
super.
buckets. Yeah,
Man, what's he at? What, a 50 something, 60
50
point
piece,
game?
man.
The
Yeah,
60,
Really?
yep.
Yeah,
Wow.
60 something, man.
just being like,
Kyrie
yeah, I still
balling
got it.
out,
I
bro.
still got it.
Yeah, yeah, man. That's my favorite player in the league, man. Him
Oh
and
yeah.
John Morant, bro. Kyrie is my favorite player in the league, bro.
Brooklyn? What are they ranked now? What's their ranking?
I don't
Do
even
you
know.
know?
I could
Great
look
Are
I
they in
and
the
know.
see.
running?
Yeah, they in the
Are they?
AFC right now. No, they
Oh
because
shit.
Kevin Durant got hurt when they was like up in the
Yeah, they
first,
got hurt. Yeah,
second.
yeah,
Kevin
yeah,
got hurt along with Kyrie not being able to play.
Mm,
They
yeah,
started falling in the ranks or whatever.
yeah.
And
And
then,
then
you
that's
know,
interesting.
when
but
Hart jumped
they gonna
ship.
be in a I'm sure they're gonna be in the playoffs. But they dangerous now and Kyrie playing because they was banking on the fact that he wasn't gonna be able to play at the home game. So now you gotta deal with that 60 points, man.
Yeah, man, for real.
That's
Cause
crazy.
I
Gotta do
don't see
something.
nobody out there I don't see nobody out there guarding them on the East, bro.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. Y'all ain't not relaxed. I'm just looking what Marcus said. Y'all still not relaxed in Toronto yet, Io? He said he can't play in Toronto
Not
still.
Yeah, that I don't really know, man. I just yeah, my wife be keeping me abreast of what's going on, but we
Mm,
starting to open up. You know what I'm saying? Marco could
yeah.
speak to it more, but they starting to open up a little bit more. I think on Monday you don't have to wear your mask when you go into the stores and stuff.
Yeah, it just passed
Now,
on Monday. They just
yeah,
lifted some of the masking restrictions and then full restrictions in a month. Uh,
yeah,
I was at the Brooklyn Raptor game like 3 weeks ago, and Kyrie wasn't playing.
Mm,
Um, but that's a good question. At that point, we just lifted our vaccine passport, so you had to show a QR code
yeah,
to get into
yeah,
mm.
yeah.
sporting events, and up until then they'd reduced it to like 1,000
New
people.
world order.
It's nuts. Yeah, something else.
Did you have to show a QR code to get in?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like to previous games after
Wow,
the first of
man.
March. After the 1st of March, it was fine, and it's interesting because they have all the vendors, and they've got staff around that have these big signs that are like, you get one warning for your mask being off. Even like right now, you get one warning to have your mask off, and they'll kick you out. But it's I
Wow.
mean, legislation's always about enforcement, I guess.
Yeah.
And everyone's drinking and having a good time, so their masks are always off anyways. And so how do you really
Right.
you know?
I
Yeah,
guess that was
it's
my biggest question with the whole virus in itself was, I get the vaccination issue, the vaccine was needed, to combat, the virus and the pandemic. My question that still hadn't been answered is, throughout all of this, we're still passing money. We're still passing cash and coins. You know what I mean? Like, and then nobody mentioning that. You know, we got masks on, but you still go to places. Like, I know a lot of people don't carry cash today, but there's still a lot of people that pay and carry cash. You know,
Wow.
so that's just I just always wondered. It's like, man, you know, we got the vaccine now, but we still passing money hand to hand to each other. And
Yeah.
I never really heard heard that come up. Like, how come that's not an issue or anybody concerned about passing it? Because you know what I mean. You touching this money, coins, dollars, whatever. Y'all know that's the dirtiest thing that you can touch anyway.
Mm. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I mean, that's getting into like cashless society, and
Yeah.
I think, well,
Hmm.
which is I mean, I think Sweden has a cashless society where there's no cash, and so
Yeah.
a lot of people make their living on cash, and it enables people to do what they need to do, and
Mm.
so when cash is gone, I mean, it's an interesting
Yeah.
question for sure. You know what I
I
mean? In terms of what it does and what it can do.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Yeah. Well, going back to basketball real quick. I'm curious to know, have y'all been following
Yeah.
the big dance, the NAA,
I
uh
haven't, man. I've been so
joint
busy
NCAA, I
with.
mean?
Yeah, I haven't, bro.
No. Yeah, I haven't really been
Kentucky
following it
got
either.
bounced in
Yeah,
the
they got
first
bounced.
round,
They
man.
did.
Yeah, first round by
Yep.
St. Peter's. Is St. Peter's still in? I know they won the
Yep.
second game too. I'm out of it.
They
So,
still in, I think, man.
uh
Wow.
are they still in? That would be dope. All right,
I
going back
think
to
they
the
still
NBA
in.
then. Who do y'all project to win it all this year?
How
Ooh.
what? Yeah.
Yeah, Marco, we started with you, brother. Come on
Yes.
with it.
Go ahead,
Man,
Marco.
bro.
Gonzaga lost
Also,
tonight. What?
yeah, he said
Ah,
Gonzaga lost
Man.
tonight. Damn.
Dang.
oh,
Were they a number one seed or number two?
Snap.
no,
I
they
don't
was the
remember.
number one, man. They
Dang.
Like you got
they
that up
lost to
there.
I wonder
Arkansas.
who beat them. St. Peter's
Arkansas.
maybe? I don't know.
Oh,
Arkansas.
Michigan lost
Okay.
too.
Are
Oh,
you
Michigan out of
serious?
Yep, Michigan lost to
Stop
Were they
Villanova.
a number one?
playing.
Michigan was a number 11.
Oh,
Man,
number 11.
Jawan,
Okay.
man.
Yep.
Dang, Jawan.
Yeah,
I
yep.
want Jawan to get a ring, man, because he ain't get one with
Man.
the 5-5, bro. I want to get one as a coach, bro. For
All
real,
right.
bro.
All right, let's go back to Marco. Marco's gonna make his
Man,
Come on,
100%
Marco. Yeah.
so I don't
prediction.
know if y'all heard Shaq. He was saying if the Lakers make it into the play, if they get the 8th spot, they're gonna bounce Phoenix. But I'm not
Stop
gonna
it.
be his boat. That's what he said. But he's like those bets. All they need is a couple of wins to get it going, and then watch out. I mean, I'm really partial to Denver right now
Hmm.
because they've been doing it without Jamal Murray. My you know my Jokic is a Jokic is on fire. Definitely a case to get second MVP back to back.
Mm.
And he's been keeping him in the running, doing just nasty work, triple doubles, and no looks all over the place. Golden State had a really really solid opening. I mean, everyone was sleeping on Golden State, and all of a sudden it's like their system is still as great as it was.
Yeah.
But championships always come down to defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Good point.
different beast. So we just need to look at best defense in the league right now. I mean, Golden State, Miami Heat in terms of
Yeah,
Boston,
Boston is
Dallas.
pretty, bro.
All those teams have better, the best defense at the top 10 in the league. So we got to look at them, right?
No doubt.
So
No
Yeah.
no
doubt.
answer, obviously. I'm no better than Stephen A. Smith.
Hey, and you can't look out for Memphis, man, because
Oh my
them
God,
young
yeah.
boys are playing like the
Oh
Fab
my
Five
God,
right now.
man.
I'm telling you, boy. I'm
Man, I
telling you.
wouldn't be
It's good.
surprised, man, if they go deep in the playoffs.
That was a
That
good
John Moran ain't no
analysis.
joke.
That was good analysis, Marco. But I want to bring in some expert analysis from
Let's go.
Marcus here, who
Yeah.
says Shaq is a Lakers homer. So we appreciate that. That expert analysis from our guy
There you go.
Marcus. Thank you, Marcus.
Hey, man, the Lakers are done. Stick a fork in them. They finished.
You don't think they have like a breath of life left?
Man, they ain't got a Mike Tyson's puncher's chance to make it through this playoffs, man.
Wow.
It's not happening. Not
And
in
what
the
I tell
West.
and I told y'all, Westbrook do not have IQ, bro. Like
Yeah,
he's
you
not
said it.
that point guard, bro. Like he's a dope point guard, but he don't have the IQ of like a Chris Paul or even a Ja Morant who can like run the team. Like he just OC, man. You know what I mean? Like he got a lot of talent. It's like having a lot of talent, but you don't know what to do with the talent that you got. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And that's why LeBron be looking at him like, bro, what is you doing?
What
He
you
like another
doing?
JR. He another JR. He was with
J.R.
Cleveland.
Smith.
Yeah, so that right. Like, what man,
What are you doing?
what you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Poor LeBron, man. I guess LeBron feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like he in local dummy basketball. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like a graduate. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like I'm in advanced basketball dudes in remedial basketball IQ class. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is y'all doing?
In the mirror, yo.
So I'm curious about.
I mean, Malik Monk balling. Malik Monk is hooping, bro.
Malik Monk.
Yo,
What's up, Tim?
I'm curious to know if you all have some insight, or Marcus might have some too. What is going on? Like, isn't LeBron doesn't wait? Oh, okay. All right, I'm sorry. This just then we got some more expert analysis from Marcus.
I love Marcus.
Who says
bro.
Westbrook is worse than J.R. Smith.
Let's go.
You
LOL.
can't help it, man.
Come on, Marcus. Yo.
So
man.
here's the question though. LeBron, like, isn't he like doesn't he like kind of run the show? Doesn't he have the power to get like whoever he wants? Or am I misreading things?
That's kind of how it happened. I mean, that's my read, yeah. But I think maybe his priorities have changed with this Lakers team, man. I mean, like with
I only think he has a say so to a degree. Like, I mean, he's LeBron James, but you know what I mean? Like, he ain't signing nobody check over there. You know what I mean? Like Jeannie busted him signing the checks, Rob Pelinka and all of that, man. Like at the end of the day, he can ask for who he want. But you know, they have to ultimately be the ones to say yes or no. You know what I mean? So I think you can point it to him a little bit, but I don't know, man. I think you know the management and the owners, man, they gotta take that because they decided to make those trades. I couldn't believe they didn't sign DeMar DeRozan. I couldn't believe him. And say he was coming to Chicago. I was like, oh yeah, I know they gonna sign. They gonna keep him. We gonna get him a deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy, man.
All right, here's an intersection of hip hop and basketball. Who do you think of all time is the best rapper basketball player?
Damian Lillard.
Yeah, hands down.
I mean, are we talking like you got bars and you got skills? Are we talking you were the most dominant big man ever and you did an album? Let's clarify here.
I mean, he did have Phife on his album.
Kobe did an album too.
What's that? Who did?
Kobe did an album too.
I never heard Kobe's album.
Come on, Marco. Come on, man.
How was it?
Yeah.
Come on,
you guys
Till.
hear Kobe's album?
Come on, Till.
Number 8 and 24 was decent on the court, but on that mic, get that mic back to Brandy, bro.
I thought you was giving track listed numbers.
24?
Hey,
Yeah, that's a long album.
Nah, bro. Number 8 and 24, he was good on the court, but hey, bro, you need to leave that mic alone, bro.
Y'all remember Dana Barrows?
Yeah, I remember him.
He had a song. Remember that it was like a hip hop compilation of all NBA stars that rapped on it. Y'all remember this? Oh,
I don't remember that.
That's yo, I'm sorry, Marco, you noticed it. Yo, for those of y'all that are listening to the podcast, that's too funny.
We are off the rails, dude. My bad, man.
Yo, Profan, did you realize what you did?
It sounded like he was blowing a trumpet, bro. This boy did a John Coltrane.
Instead of
Louis Armstrong. Come on, like,
but yo, what's hilarious is that instead of turning off his mic, Profound turned off his video so we can still hear it.
that boy Boy, sound like Louis Armstrong. Bro. That was like, brr, brr.
That is hilarious.
Oh
man.
man.
Oh,
Chris
all
Webber.
right. So
Yeah, Chris Webber.
we'll bring
That
in
was
Chris Webber in a
good.
second because I have a question about him. But Dana Barros, he had a song on this hip hop compilation that featured all NBA players, and I got to go to a Indianapolis Pacers game, and we had really dope seats. I was with my buddy. We had really dope seats. I was pretty young, high school, I think, and we were right by the tunnel. And it was right after that album came out, and Dana Barros was walking right by me, and I put up my hand, and he, he dapped me up. I was like, "Yo, you're a dope MC," and he looked at me. He was like, "Thanks," and then he walked on. My Dana Barros story. I don't know. I didn't really know much about him, as far as basketball, but I knew he could rhyme. All right. So anyway, Chris Webber.
Chris Webber had a CD. Come
Yeah,
on,
he
man.
did, bro. Guess
I don't
who else
remember that
trying to
either.
rap, bro? Guess who else trying to rap
Who?
now? Kevin Durant, bro.
Mm.
Google it on. It's
Is
the
he
worst
good?
thing you've ever heard in your
Yikes.
life.
All right, going back to Chris
Oh,
Webber. Did he
wow.
produce a track for Nas on Hip Hop Is Dead?
Who? What?
Chris Webber.
I don't know.
I'm pretty
Hold
sure
on a minute here,
he
man.
did a beat on Hip Hop Is Dead. And
Come on, Marco. I know you know that.
I didn't like it. But anyway.
Oh, here's
You gotta-
hip hop trivia. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Marco. Sorry.
No, go ahead, man. You're good.
Here's hip hop trivia for y'all that intersects basketball and hip hop. Who was the first? Who signed Slum Village first to a record label?
John Sally.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember
John
that.
Sally.
Got it. Yep,
John Sally, man. Yeah,
bro.
he a big hip hop
Yeah.
head, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
He a
How'd
big
that
hip
come
hop head,
about?
man.
John Sally. It's in the book. In the Dilla
Man,
book.
Sally
Oh, Dilla
was-
time. Okay.
Yeah, John
Sally
Sally.
was doing a lot of music
had a
behind
label.
the scenes. That's how he ended
Yeah.
up on TV too, like with his talk show and
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of work with them.
What was the
Yeah.
label
As a
called?
matter
Do
of
you
fact,
remember?
hey, bro. Matter
Oh.
of fact, he had.
I don't remember the name of
he
the
had
label,
that
but
Fantastic album.
yeah, he did.
He had
Really?
the Fantastic. Yes,
He did.
man. He had the
Yeah.
Fantastic
I
album,
thought
man.
I thought that was what was that label? Barack or something like
I
that.
mean,
It
eventually,
was.
but he had it before they did.
He had it
Like,
before they
Oh
did.
he was-
wow.
Yep.
But then Groove,
Yeah.
Groove City or Inner Groove or something Groove. I thought it had it too. I don't know. Wow. I didn't know that.
John Sally, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. He was
John
heavy
Sally.
into hip hop.
Okay.
Mark is
That's
saying
dope.
Weber did a song with Redman too.
Chris Webber did?
What?
He did?
Wow. Man, Marcus has all the
Come on, Marcus,
expert
man.
analysis
I know.
tonight, man.
Marcus, you pulling my leg, bro.
Marcus,
look
we
this
should
up
send
right
Marcus
now.
the link. Come on in, Marcus.
Right. You need
Just
to
come
come
into
in
the
and
show.
add to this cover. Yeah, he need to
Yeah.
add to this cipher for real, bro.
There you go, Marcus. If you want to join us, here's the link, man. Just hit that. We'll bring you in. You can join the conversation. I didn't know that. Chris Webber, wasn't he
didn't
the
know
one
that
that called the timeout and got the
Yes.
technical foul in college?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if,
Yeah.
if he produced the track for Nas, then does that make it up? I mean,
What's that?
no, it doesn't.
No. The track wasn't
Hey,
good.
Marco.
Dude.
Hey, Marco,
Sam.
you a hooper, so you know that don't make it up.
Man, I mean, I'm
Nope,
sure
you supposed to know you ain't got no timeouts, man.
Yeah,
Cut
really.
it out.
Bro, I shaved my head for that game, bro. In solidarity of them dudes, bro.
Really?
I sure did. I had the shorts,
you know what?
everything.
I was torn, IO, because I ride with UNC every year since '82,
Yeah.
Really?
bro. But I could not. I didn't want them to win. I wanted Fat Five to win, but I was happy UNC won. When he called that
Right.
timeout, though, I was like, "What did he just do?" First of all, he traveled. You remember
Yeah,
when he
I
got
do
the
remember that.
rebound and he picked the ball up and then he
Yeah.
stepped and then drove like he
Yeah.
lucky they didn't call that turnover, man, because that would have been it.
Do they still have that rule?
What rule?
If you call
The
timeout, you don't
timeout.
have
Oh
any?
yeah, that's a technical foul,
Yeah.
bro.
Is that
yeah.
You
is
call
it like that in
timeouts,
NBA
you-
too?
Yep. If you don't have any
Okay.
timeouts and you call the timeout, that's a technical foul and you lose the ball.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a technical foul in possession.
All
He
right.
said it's
So
called nothing to do. What? I can't
nothing
find
to do by Chris
Wow.
Webber and Red.
Wow.
Webber.
There you go. Learn something new every Boom Bap Chat, I guess. Dope.
That's
Oh
crazy.
right, what
wow,
up?
1999. I found it.
Wow. It's going back. All
Wow.
right, what else is on your minds? What should we jump into next?
Not Chris Webber as an MC, I tell you that.
No, we're moving on from Chris Webber. What's the next topic of conversation for us this evening?
Man.
Oh, we talking about Phife. Hey, we could prelude to this native tongue book.
Yeah.
Could.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
prelude to this native tongue book. Io, you got your top 10 done yet?
Not even, bro. In my head, I just haven't wrote it down yet.
Yo, for
What,
those,
what's
head.
number one?
Which
See?
what you know, it's two lists. So it's one is the singles and one is the album. So for an album, for me it would be
Balloon
dang,
Mustang.
God, you put me on the spot, bro.
I said, just ask for one till look.
It's in between, dude. You know it's a De La album. So it's either Stakes is High or Balloon Mind State.
Mm, there you go.
Ooh, wee.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
speaking of stakes aside, and if for those that don't know, and Marco, we're finishing up a book about the native tongues coming out in May.
I'm
And
aware. I'm aware.
yeah, right on, man, right on. But yeah, last night, I think it was last night or 2 nights ago, man, I caught some inspiration, man. I was trying to figure out how to write about stakes is high. I wrote like a few paragraphs, and it was like, this is not any good. And then it just clicked, man. I started writing. I felt really good about it. So I'm excited about that. But Marco, do you have a favorite Native Tongues album? De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, Jungle Brothers, Black Sheep.
Yeah, I mean it's Tribe.
Mm.
I mean, I was really partial to Love Movement, but I
Mm.
can't not consider Low End obviously like as like my, you know, I wouldn't say like objectively it's number one. It's just for me that's the one that like that's my reference point to Tribe, and so
Yeah.
I would say that one. I mean, singles from Black Sheep maybe,
Yeah.
some De La, but yeah, for me it's definitely probably Low End. I mean, it's the safe bet.
Dude, I love
Yeah.
that you started with Love Movement though,
Yeah.
because I love that album. I know a lot of people are not a huge fan of the album, but I think
I
that
like that
album,
album too.
yeah,
Yeah, I
I
like
think
that album too,
feels
man.
good. I know they were
Yeah.
beefing and things were kind of falling apart at that time, but
Yeah.
musically, I think Dilla and whoever, Phife
And
or Q-Tip
Q-Tip
and Ali, like
and
they
Ali. Yeah.
crafted a sound for that album. I don't think it's been replicated after it.
No, not at all, man.
I love that joint.
Not at all.
So
Yeah.
shout out to Coop.
The very first
My
song
man.
on that album too. Started up.
Yeah, that's dope, dude.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coop, who reminds us of the Ego Trip
Ego Trip.
remix,
Ooh.
which is super dope.
With Shorty
Gotta
No
love that.
Mask and
Yeah,
Biz Markie, right?
I think
Was
that's
that
right.
it?
There was a few remixes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so too.
I could be wrong. So
Cause what song is that? I was born in the boogie down, and then Bismarck like, come on, man, you can't start with that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't been out for years. Kick some more funk joint like this.
was that the
It's
last song?
POSD and UOS. Usually the reason for a cardiac arrest. That was my joint, dude. I don't know if that was an Ego Trip remix or I don't know. That song was so cold, man. That song was dope.
Song is dope. Speaking of dope songs, Marcus, we're gonna bring Marcus back in here, who reminds us that Arrested Development dropped their debut album 3 years, 5 months, and 2 days, 30 years ago today.
Oh, wow.
30
Dope
years.
album. Yeah,
Till you old, man.
true.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I
That was a
remember
dope
when that
album
curse
too.
came out, man.
Yeah, I remember seeing that Tennessee joint.
Oh wow, I'm old. I was
On the
I just
video.
graduated high school then.
Yeah,
Io was already out. See?
You already know.
I was a youngin'. I don't think I was in high school yet. Almost.
Oh, cut it out. You was in high school, man. 92, man.
Damn.
You know,
Damn.
man. Till, what's your number one? Till, I know it's gonna be a De La
Balloon
Soul.
Mind
I
State,
knew,
man.
man. I
Balloon
know.
Mind
Yeah,
State.
Balloon Mind State. Yeah, Balloon Mind State.
Balloon Mind, and I do percentages. So like I can't say that Balloon Mind State is 100% my favorite, like 100% of the time. Because sometimes, another album creeps in there. But I would say maybe 65% of the time it's Balloon Mind State. But Low End Theory is in there often too. I love Low End Theory. I love how I was listening to the album today actually. I love how like simple the music is. And it works with the lyrical delivery from Phife and Q-Tip, like just the drums and the bass, the sparse sampling, the words, like darn near perfect. But Balloon Mind State's my favorite.
I would say Midnight Marauder would be Midnight Marauders is my substitute because that's a flawless album, man.
That's dope too.
Sonically, the way they ordered it, everything, man. That album is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, word! Happy birthday, Maceo De La
Man,
Soul.
I saw
happy
that.
birthday, Maceo.
I saw that earlier. Yeah. Maceo, and I love when Maceo jumps on a song.
Yeah, me too.
He's not on many songs, but when he is, he's always fun to listen to. He's got a good voice too. I think.
Yeah, he do.
Hey man, what ain't that Stakes is High where he was like, no, there's a club called SOs. No, SOBs. Like, man, they need to cut that shit out.
Because they didn't F with Maceo today.
Yeah, the other day.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, it never sounds like a skit, man. It's always sound like it's for real.
Right, yeah, for real. I like the intro to Grind Day. He did I love that. We are your past. We are your present. We are your future. Like I love the way Maceo did that. It's so dope. It's brilliant. That's brilliant how he did that.
Yeah.
That sets the tone. Them intros and that sets the tone. Yeah, I knew that album was gonna be crack after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, for real. Yeah,
that's one of their best. That might be their best intro, in my opinion.
I think so. And the way they brought that sample in, they faded it in. This message. That was dope, man. That was brilliant, dope. Bro. That was brilliant.
Still don't. Speaking of native tongues, we still don't have the definitive list of who is native tongues and who is not.
Native tongue, right?
We've been asking lots of people. All we can go by right now is Wikipedia. And that's about it.
Is that going to be part of the review?
Well, if we could find a definitive list that we've like, I feel like if it was from someone from the native tongues, then maybe we could put it in there.
Hey, didn't we ask Drez?
I don't think we ask him, man. I don't think we did.
I don't think we asked him because we
had limited time.
We was trying to get some other questions. Yeah, we was trying to get some other questions.
I don't know why we didn't ask him that though.
Man, we failed. We had Drez that we didn't ask him.
That should have been at the top of the list, man.
However, we weren't even thinking about the book when Drez came on.
That's right.
So that wasn't like tip of the mind for us,
Yeah.
We were just like
we were thinking about him rhyming over that Till beat. That's what we was trying to do.
That's what we were trying to make happen. Yeah.
We're trying to make that happen. But you know what? But he's coming back though. But man, is he coming? He's not coming back before we put the book out, is he?
Maybe. He's just like he did contact me. I mean, we've been in communication, but he's just busy, man. He's shooting that documentary about Dilla. Finishing up the album with Dilla. He's got some EPs apparently. So it's coming. His EP with Stu Bang is coming next month, or at least a single is coming next month. So he's putting in a lot of work right now. And if you follow him on, social media, you see him constantly doing stuff. So he's a busy guy. Yeah. But to his credit, he did reach out and be like, yo, don't count me out. I really want to be a part of this. Talking about the book. So that's dope.
Man, Drez set the record straight.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever did you get a chance to watch him on Drink Champs? Chill?
I did.
Drink
yeah.
When he was on. Yeah.
I have a love-hate relationship with Drink Champs.
You and me both, man. Nori be killing me
Why?
sometimes.
Why?
Because man, like some of those joints are like hours long, and like you could get to the heart of the matter in about 20 minutes.
Exactly.
Just so many interruptions and like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. I
and
just
they
be
go
like, man,
off.
can you let him answer?
Yeah.
Yeah. That too. Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah. It'd be a lot of activity.
Yeah,
a lot of
A lot of
man.
activity.
activity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 All right. So
Yeah.
here's the fun question about the native tongues. If you could executive produce a native tongues album, what would it look like? Who would you have come in? Would you have one producer do the whole thing? Would you have a group of producers? Would you have features on it? You have, guest MCs come? Would it strictly be just native tongue folks? How would you, executive produce that joint?
That's a great question. I
Oh.
mean, yeah, that's a great question. I mean, on the production side, you probably wouldn't even have to get anybody coming through for production. Paz do beats, Q-Tip do
True.
beats. But yeah, I mean, that's a great question.
Are we talking like a 2022 executive produced with all the producers that have come up since? You
I'm
could put
saying,
any beats that you wanted.
yeah, I'm saying
And,
you have the crew, the whole crew is there, and they're gonna follow your leadership.
Dang.
Where do you lead them?
I'm volumes, man. I'm talking volumes. We're gonna make volumes. And you have a volume produced by Tip. You have a volume produced by
Oh,
Dilla.
that's a good one.
You have
Yeah.
a volume
Yeah.
produced by I'm trying to think who would be I don't want to say worthy, but like who's a producer that would do them justice?
I think Madlib.
Oh,
That would be dope.
oh, yeah.
Madlib would be crazy on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because he kind of like a newer version of. I see him as like a newer version of Prince Paul with them quirky samples and them like eclectic samples he be using. That's
Yeah.
Prince Paul all day, man. So, yeah, I mean, you can have a volume with Prince Paul.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm bringing
Dope.
Prince Paul back, if I'm
Yeah.
I'm bringing him in. Ooh, not.
Knots.
Nah.
Thank you, Coop.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good fit,
I
bro.
love knots. I gotta say, I think other than the Dilla joint, I think the two Knots beats on Fight Dog's new album are the best beats on there and fit the best.
And you know what? After hearing Rock Cocaine Flow on the grind date, man, I think De La
Jake
over
One.
Knots might work. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he got that kind of sound.
Well, that was Jake One, wasn't it?
Okay.
Yeah,
was
it was
Jake
Jake One. I'm
One.
just talking about the
Yeah.
just sonically how
Yeah.
that beat is. It sounds like something Knots would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
calling
what
Prince Paul first.
I think if I was
Prince
if
Paul.
I was in charge, I think about this all the time. I think about this way too much. I think what I would do is Prince Paul has to come in because there's got to be skits on this sucker. Like there's no way there's not skits. Prince Paul comes in, he writes all the skits, and directs all the skits, and then I would bring in Questlove and let Questlove produce the whole album.
Oh, snap.
And I would tell, and no one gets a say except Prince Paul. That they are just there to enjoy and just write the lyrics and vibe out on the lyrical tip and just let Questlove take it.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
I'm not sure if there's anyone that has studied De La Soul in more detail than Questlove, the native tongues than Questlove, and has a musical, hip hop, intelligence. Great. I don't know if there's anyone out there greater than Questlove that just understands like the sampling and like just the whole nine, of that crew.
Y'all checked out his book Music as History?
Not yet. No.
I've been meaning to get that book, man. Yeah. I can't wait to dig into it. To your point, like there's no one that has a bigger encyclopedic knowledge of music across the board. Never mind one genre. Just
true. Yeah.
I mean,
Dang, I forgot you got me on that one, Till.
Yeah.
Questlove.
Quest. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh wee.
Questlove. Wasn't even thinking about that.
I forego my
That's
executive
dope.
Hey man,
producership
we
to
need to put
Questlove.
that together.
Let him do it.
Yeah.
Let him curate, and Prince Paul has veto power.
Yeah.
Done.
Right. Exactly. Those two
Done.
in the driver's seat. That's right. Yeah.
Dang.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's
Man,
fire.
what is that set? What are those sessions like, bro? Oh
Man, no.
wow.
Wouldn't that be dope?
That's like you
I
can't go to sleep. Like you couldn't go to sleep.
you know, I you know the idea. I remember I pitched this idea to you guys. We should figure out how much each native tongue member costs for a verse. And then just like multiply it by 2 or 3, so that there's like enough verses for
Mm-hmm.
an entire album. And
Yep.
then just go fund me that joint.
Hmm.
I mean,
And putting it together.
obviously,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that they would, say yes. I mean, they're not just going to say yes to anybody. So we have to get over that hurdle. But if we could get over that hurdle and they'd be like, yeah, we're down. This is the price. Like, don't you think I think if somebody got behind this idea legitimately, you could raise a ridiculous amount of money to do it. Because
Mhm.
what native tongue collective fan doesn't want a native tongue collective album? You know,
True. That's true.
In some ways, I feel like we should I don't know how you do it so that people trust you, but like create a GoFundMe and just
Mhm.
raise the money. Like just put an exuberant amount of money that we're trying to raise to just pay the native tongue collective to do an album.
Hmm.
There you go. Yeah.
Facts.
I mean, De La
Coop
Soul,
saying
they
go.
raised like $500,000 or whatever in the first hour or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. It was a ridiculous amount, right? Or $100,000 or whatever.
That was
You
for
know?
the anonymous nobody, right? That was for
Yeah,
the anonymous
that's
nobody.
one group out of the crew. We're talking about the whole
Right.
crew. You know?
Right. Hmm.
So
And Coop saying
anyway,
that could be like that could be
Dang.
the soundtrack to your book.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that would be dope.
That
But
would be fun.
Steve's throwing the idea instead of one producer on an album, do do an album like do a De La album, do a Moni album with all different producers.
Okay, yeah,
Mm.
bring that in instead of a single
That's
producer,
interesting.
many acts on an album.
Those are other volumes too.
Huh? Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
Different interpretations
Hmm.
and how they would approach like knowing that they're going to produce a De La joint. Their interpretation of what that means to them and how they can make it happen. That'd be interesting for
That would
sure.
be interesting. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I mean, Q-Tip and De La Soul, they regularly watch the show, the Boom Bap Chat. So, let's make it happen, guys. We'll
Right.
raise the money and we'll make it happen. I wonder how much they charge for a verse. Those guys at this point in time.
Got to
And
get that
guess
market
I don't.
research down. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be a ridiculous amount.
No, man. It ain't. I don't think
You don't
so.
think it's a ridiculous amount?
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Mm-mm.
if they know, I'm sure if they know you, and there's like a mutual, friendship or whatever.
I'm
Just
sure the
some Joe
price would be
Schmo.
higher if we was Def Jam or somebody like that. You know what I
Right. Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't think that. Yeah, man, that's a good one.
All right,
Pasta
Marco.
News, come on, man. Have your
You
people
can.
call us, bro.
Yeah. Marco will reach out. Make it happen.
Yeah, Marco. Yeah, he got that.
He's like, I got this.
He got that.
Anything.
All right, fellas. Anything else we want to jump into tonight? Or do we want to leave it on a native tongue note?
No, let's leave it on native tongue note, man. We can't.
We can
We,
leave it
we
on.
can't do that. Yeah, we gotta leave it
That's
on
fine.
native tongue note.
It's all good. It's all good. Well, if you're just tuning in, Native Tongue was gonna ride us out here tonight. But if you came looking for Pookie G, don't worry, we're gonna reschedule her and get her on. Also, we it's just been a series of unfortunate events. Thurston Howe the Third was supposed to be on here a few weeks ago, and we
Oh,
had
that's right.
technical difficulties that night. But he did reach out, so we're gonna get him rescheduled. I need to reach back out to him, so we're gonna get that rescheduled and got some more dope Boom Bap chats to come. Let us know who you think we should have on for number 100. Our 100th episode is coming up very, very soon. So you all can let us
Dang.
know who do you think we should have. I think we should have De La Soul, obviously, but I have no connection to De La Soul. So we got to figure out somebody dope for 100. All right. Well, let's end the show like we always do with some shout outs. Y'all ready for some shout outs tonight? Let's do it. Let's see. Profound. You want to give some shout outs?
Man, I'm keeping it short, man. Shout out to the Native Tongues, man, collective. Shout out to my Boom Bap Chat crew. Marco, it's always a pleasure. Mr. Steven Adams. I need a double double out of you, bro.
Got you.
Um, and that's it, man. And all of the good people, man, and everybody that's always checking in with us every week, man. Marcus, and everybody that's always sitting with us, man, and chatting with us, man.
Word up. Marco, who do you want to shout out tonight?
Yeah, I mean, three, you obviously, IO, Till, Pro, pleasure to join you guys. Shout out Toronto Hip Hop. Shout out Hard House Hip Hop Education. Shout out Independent Music. Shout out Native Tongues. Shout out everybody's Hip Hop Boom Bap Chat. Let's go.
Yeah. Word. Thank you, Marco. Iomas, who you got tonight?
Man, I would say Native Tongues. Man, big shout out for Marco for coming through. Enough respect. Boom Bap Brothers. And yeah, man, just shout out hip hop, man, the culture all around. And shout out to Profound for the new album. I'm excited for the new album to be released. And you know what I'm saying?
And the video.
Shout out Profound. Yeah, I was showing Marco the video. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Respect.
Thank you.
No doubt.
Right on. Thank you, Iomas. Who to shout out tonight? A lot of dope people in the world. Marcus, obviously, for always tuning in. Steve, it's good to see you tonight tuning in. My man Coop. Our I think I blocked him, but the dude on YouTube that was giving us some crazy.
Yo.
I don't think he can still hear us. But shout out to him, man. He provided some humor. So shout out to everyone, Don, everyone that tunes in to the Boom Bap Chat. Appreciate you all. Man, Marco, thank you for being here tonight. Shout out to you, obviously. Shout out to the Boom Bap Chat crew, Iomas, Profound, Bo Brown, my man Joe, and Big Stowe. Appreciate all y'all. Love all y'all. And just want to end it shouting out all of our friends and fam over everybody's records again. And yeah, just Marilyn Kirby, shout out to you. Rest in peace, rest in power to you. And on that note, we say peace.